how to protect yourself emotionally while dating after divorce. Interestingly, a study found that 72% of women are increasingly finding that modern dating is creating emotional fatigue. And it's corroborated by further statistics that show women are feeling exhausted by the emotional labour of having to coach men to behave like attentive boyfriends. So depressing, right? It does cause some to experience something called dating burnout. But by the end of this video, not only will you be able to create a great dating strategy that is empowering and keeps you safe emotionally, but it will help you prevent dating burnout. So if you can stay until the end, then there are further free training resources that you can use to set yourself up for dating confidence and success. And I don't want you to miss out on those. Hello, I'm Sarah. Welcome to my channel. So it's true, quite a few men are showing up in the dating world who are completely unsuited and unprepared to become good boyfriend material. However, you only need to match with one person who is right for you, so it's logical that dating literally becomes a filtering out process. And that is how you have to view it. Out of thousands or maybe hundreds, to reduce that pile to a few possible decent prospects and eventually one. That's a lot of rejection, and you have to learn to be okay with that. But feel hopeful nevertheless, because there is a pot for every lid. So how do you stay open to connection without experiencing the exhaustion and burnout of becoming an emotional crutch to teach men how to behave like good boyfriends? The answer lies in two simple concepts. I call them your dating insurance policies and your dating filter. So let's get into those now. So first, let me talk to you about your dating insurance policies. These are decisions you make well before you start dating, not after you've become emotionally attached, not when you're confused and exhausted and trying to make sense of behaviour that makes you feel uncomfortable. Your dating insurance policies might include your deal breakers, your relationship values, your boundaries and preferences and safety rules, your pace for dating and what you will and won't tolerate, what emotional safety looks like for you. And I encourage you to go through this list and work it all out for yourself before you go anywhere near a dating app. Write them down and refer to them if you are unsure at any time on your dating journey. And the reason these policies are so important is because once we start connecting with people, our emotional reactions can skew our thinking and our judgment can become clouded. But this is normal. This is how humans work when they connect. So it's in our human coding. So getting ahead of ourselves in this way helps us to avoid making difficult decisions when we are reacting emotionally. Our dating insurance policies become our strategic safety anchors. So let's now look at the dating filter process. And it's your dating filter. And although a practical tool in itself, it is one of the most important mindset shifts you can make. It becomes very empowering for you. Let me explain this further. Many women approach dating as if each match is going to become a relationship. And inadvertently, they are setting themselves up for dating doom and exhaustion and burnout down the line. However, it's important to know that healthy dating doesn't work this way. The dating process should be a very active filtering process. And filtering is a rejection process. So you have to be okay with that. Now, some find this difficult, and to date confidently must become more or less rejection proof. So please refer to my previous video on this exact point. So your dating filter should be switched on as soon as you show up on a dating app. And it begins with the profiles, the messaging, the conversations and phone calls, video chats and first dates, and then consistency over time. Again, take the time to decide what passes through your filter to the next stage. Be really clear about your preferences and boundaries. Your insurance policies will help you decide. Emotionally, it gets more challenging when you start the messaging process. Messaging is a form of emotional connection. So the more challenging it gets, the more you have to check in with your insurance policies and dating filters, your safety anchors. And every stage of this early dating process provides you with valuable data or information. You are literally on a data gathering mission. So your data filter and dating insurance policies allow you some space that is not crowded with emotional connection and confusion. Remember, they are your emotional safety anchors. You can make safe decisions informed by the data. So what does your dating filter look for? You set your filter how you like, but essentially it allows you to go beyond the initial verbal intentions, because talk is cheap, beyond the chemistry, beyond potential, and just look at the evidence. So some examples might be: do their actions match their words? Are they consistent? Do they respect boundaries? Are they emotionally available? Do they communicate openly? Are they honest? Do you feel emotionally safe around them? Are your values compatible? So just a bit of a warning for toxic relationship survivors here. Healthy relationships reveal themselves over time. For women who are recovering from toxic relationships, it's vital to understand that moving slowly and taking your own sweet time is the best boundary you can make for creating the conditions for healthy relationships to show up in the dating process. We have been primarily concerned with emotional safety so far. However, there are other safety issues which you need to be mindful of while dating. They may seem obvious, but I have seen many women fall for these traps. And it is a sad fact that there are scammers and manipulators in the online dating world. And I think it's important not to react emotionally to these if they show up in your dating experience. They are going to be there. But if your dating filter is working well, they should stand out a mile, and it will be an easy block. So make sure to set your dating filter accordingly. So if someone wants to move extremely quickly, or they want to avoid video calls, or they have inconsistent stories, or they ask for money, or create repeated emergencies, or you feel pressured into secrecy, or they avoid meeting in person, don't become a victim. Never send money to someone you've met online, no matter how convincing they seem. Don't hesitate to block and delete. I also think it's important to understand that dating itself can become part of your healing journey. It's a transformative experience for you. It's helping you grow. But it's also about becoming visible again, rebuilding your confidence, using your voice, creating and enforcing your boundaries, trusting yourself, and learning what you need. Really discovering who you are now. Every interaction teaches you something. Every boundary created and held increases your self-respect and self-trust. And there will be times when rejection feels uncomfortable, but that is because you are growing your dating confidence and awareness. Every decision made through your dating insurance policies and your dating filter helps you to trust yourself just a little bit more, and that is truly transformative, and it's a healing experience. So that's confidence that stays with you for life. So if you're preparing to date after divorce, I want you to remember these two things. Create your own dating insurance policies before you start dating, and allow your dating filter to gather evidence so that you can reject, block, or allow. And be okay with rejection. You will feel empowered and more confident on your dating journey. So well done for staying till the end. Here are 2 free resources to support you further in becoming empowered on your dating journey. The first are actually my dating guides. So there's part 1, which will take you through the emotional signs for dating readiness, and part 2 will help you work out your dating insurance policies and your dating filter. So check out for links in the description. And if you would like something a little bit more personal, I've also created a dating readiness checkup. So this is a short questionnaire that when you filled it in, you can reflect on where you are in your own healing and dating journey, and send it to me, and I'll send you some personal feedback to help you think through your next steps. Because dating after divorce isn't just about getting back out there. It's an empowerment journey. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.